Hello, Professor. Hello, my classmates. My name is Chadamon. My student ID is 114000742. Today, I would like to present my final project in ADTA 5250 class. Let's get started. So the first part is create the graphs. The second part, we have to export the large data set with the Tableau. And the third part, we have to do the data visualization with Tableau. And the last one, so I choose to do the data visualization with Python. Let's get started. The first part. Here, so the first part, we have to design and create a graph that represent the relationship between the student and other 15 people. So they have to tell the strength of the relationship too.
Alright, in Excel I created the data from the graph. So I just make up everything over here. So there is 15 people that I have the relationship with. That is the name of them, and I also create the type of relationship, for example, family, romantic, friendship, and professionals. So also I create the length of relationship over the year. That is like 30 years, 1 year, 5 years. It depends. And the important information is gonna be the strength of a relationship. I scale from 0 to 10. 0 is I have a weak relationship with that person, but 10 I like they are my favorite person, so I give them 10. For example, number one, Paula, she is my one of my member in the family. I have the relationship with her for 30 years, and I give her like 9.5 out of 10. As we can see it, is it the bar graph? I choose the bar graph for visualization my data because I think this type of graph provides a comparisons of the relationship among people the best, and is best fit for nominal dimension and metric measures. Name and type of relationship are classified as nominal dimension, and the strength of a relationship is classified as the measure. So as the data created, there are four types of relationships such as family relationship with a dark blue color, romantic relationship with a green color, friendship relationship with the orange color, and professional relationship with the red color. Each of the 15 names have a relationship with myself with a score of 10. It, I think this is easy to separate the highest score and the lowest score of the relationship between myself with 15 people. The first three strongest relationship between myself are Jean, Boone, and Bella, which are of 3% have 10 out of 10. The weakest relationship would be the relationship between myself and Peggy, that is in professional relationship with Scott, just only 1 out of 10.
And then the second part, we have to export a large data set with Tableau. That is the crime data.csv. We have to analyze it on dataset of crime using EDA technique with Tableau.
Alright, here the second part. As I mentioned before, we have to exploring a large dataset with Tableau. It's assumed that I am a senior business analyst at the data analytics startup, and we got an order from federal department that needed a detailed to analysis on the datasets of crime. So as we can see, the dataset is very big. It's nearly 6 million record. So before starting the modeling, so we have to EDA or exploratory data analysis by using the Tableau to export the data. So as we can see it, here we have to find the FBI code. We have to find the primary type of crime. We have to find the total number of criminal cases for each FBI code or each primary type, and also the period of time that the dataset has been correct, and the trend of committing a crime in the US during this period of time. Alright, as we know that before starting modeling and analyzing the data, it is very essential to do the EDA to explore the data sets first. Okay, the crime data set, that's what we want to know. They have like 26 FBI codes, so they have 01A, 01B, 0203 until at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 until 26. And then we would like to know the primary type. So they have 35 primary types. We have arson, the first one, assault, battery, burglary. So everything until the end. Alright, the end is gonna be our 35 one, weapon violation. Okay, so this is all we have. Alright, after that, we would like to know the total number of criminal cases for each FBI code. So in this graph, it shows the total number of criminal cases or of 26 FBI codes. So total is gonna be like almost 6 million. And this one, as we can see it, the FBI codes 06 has the most criminal case with about 1 million cases, and the code 01 is the lowest number of criminal cases among 26 FBI code, that is just only 22 cases. And then we would like to know the total number of criminal cases for each primary type. So for the primary type, we have total is 35 primary type. So the total of the cases is gonna be the same number as the FBI codes, that is almost 6 million cases. The chart provides the information that the thief as the primary type have the most criminal case with about 1 million cases, and the domestic violence is the lowest number of criminal cases among 35 primary types with only a case. So as we can see the graph, because we would like to combine the variable between primary type of the crime and the FBI code, because the primary type is related to the FBI code. For example, the thief. So the thief for the primary type is equal to 06 in FBI code. And as you can see, the thief have the greatest number of the cases is about 1 million. So, and I want you to know that the primary type in one primary type can have one or more FBI codes. For example, for battery, so they have two FBI codes is 04B and 08B. And so if you scroll down, we're gonna see like the lowest number of the primary type and the FBI cost. That is the domestic violence. Just only one case. Alright, because we would like to know the trend of committing a crime in the US during this period of time. So the data has been collected between the 1st January 2001 to August 6, 2015. So the number of criminal cases have been correct from 2001 to 2015. As we can see, it was decreasing from 485,000 cases to 151,000 cases. We found that the year 2002 was the year when the amount of criminal data has been greater the most. That is 486 cases. However, 2015 is the lowest amount of collected data. That is only 151,000 among 15 years.
Okay, for the part 3, we're gonna do our data visualization with the Tableau by apply the cell record one into the Tableau. So, because we would like to get more business insight from the data set, we're gonna use the scatter part using Tableau to gather information about the sale profit of each category in each region. And the second one, we're gonna use the scanner part to gather the information about the sale profit for each segment in each region for each category here.
Okay, this is from the information and instruction from the final project. So for the part 3, we're gonna do a data visualization with Tableau. So they have two questions in one part. So the first part, we gonna use the dataset cell record one. So they have the pretenders that the company A runs the business or of the US regions, and they have been doing the business to serve three segments, that is consumer, corporate, and home office. So the company sold the products in three categories, that is furniture, office supplies, and technologies. And each category is divided into several subcategories. So in this case, is I were a SVP's senior assistant, and then the SVP asked me to understand and provide more information about the sales and profits gained from each category in each region. So I have planned to do the scatter part by using the tableau. So this is the first questions. And the second questions, so the SVP asked me to provide the business insights about the sales and profits offered in each segment in each regions for each category. So the two questions kind of similar, but we have more independent for the second questions. So let's get started for the first part. So if we would like to know more data insight um, about the sales and profit of each category in each region, it's not a good idea that you provide just only the table like this, because it's hard to understand and to see it. So we're gonna do the scatter part.
The scatter part to explore the data, because this is the bivariate analysis. Because they have two dependent variable, that is the sales in y-axis and the profits in x-axis, and we have two independent variable, that is the category consists of furniture, office supplies, and technology. And another independent variable is the regions, consists of the west, east, south, or central. Okay, here as we can see it, the greatest number of the profits is in west, about 52,000 under the office supply category. However, the central is the region where the smallest amount of profit is minus 2,000 under the furniture category. But for the sale in this one, here we have east is the regions where the biggest number also is about $200,000 under the technologies category. This is the difference from the south region, where the tiniest number so is only about $117,000 within the furniture category here. And then the second questions of this part, they ask me to provide the business insight about the sale and profit offer for each segment in each region for each category. I decided to do the scatter part because we have two dependent variable here. The sale is going to be the y-axis. The profit is going to be our x-axis. And we have three independent variable. That is the segment, have the consumer, corporate, and home office. And another independent variable, that is the category, is going to be the shape here. Furniture is going to be the circle one. The office supply is going to be the square one. And the technology is going to be the pass one. And so the third independent variable is going to be the region. It's going to have a east, west, central, and south. Okay, as we can see here, the cell over here in y-axis, we found out that east had the greatest number of cells among all regions, all category, or all segment. So it's about $135,000 under the technology category and consumer segment. And for the profits, the x-axis, we found that West has the most amount of profit among all region or category and all segment. So the profit is about $27,000 under the technology category and consumer segment. And as we can see, the lowest number of sales here, right? It's gonna be our South. It's about about only $16,000 under the furniture category and the home office segment. But for and the profits, we found that the central have the smallest number is minus 1,000, about 1,000 under the furniture and segment home office. As we can see, if I would recommend the SVP, I would recommend is that the company should invest more in the West, East, and Central and invest the money less in South. However, the company should enhance the investment in the customer segment and invest less in home office segment. The technology will be the best for investment in the future. Here. And here, another graph that I think is quite helpful. In here, so we have a profit under the x-axis and y-axis for the cell, and each bar I separate into the regions over here. So as you can see, it's a south region. We have like the smallest number of cell of profit and everything. Here we choose invest more. Okay, all right.
Alright, in the last part, that is the part 4, we can choose to work either section 6.1 or section 6.2. So I choose to do the data visualization with Python. So we have to download the PMAR diabetes to run the code in Python. So let's get started. So the first part, in part 4, they have small two part. So the first part is going to be the visualize each numeric variable of datasets using the following type of chart. That's the histogram, density plot, or bar plot. And the second part of part 4 is going to be visualize the relationship between each pair of numeric variables using the scatter matrix plot.
All right. We got the dataset from the National Institution of Diabetes and Digestion and Kidney Disease. So here, we would like to import our needed libraries. So we import pandas as PD, we import numpy as np, and we import the matplotlib.pyplot at plt. Yes, and we're gonna do like scatter part. We import scatter plot metric here, and we import the pandas, import the data frame and read CSV because our dataset is CSV. Okay, here, and then we are gonna load, and then we're gonna load the dataset into the pandas data frame. Here, df equal to pd.read underscore CSV. This is our datasets here, and then it's gonna read to be like this table, but it doesn't have the head over here, the name, right? So we have to put the names over here. So they have 9 of the name, that's preg plus pressed in each one have the meaning in that preg is mean the number of time pregnant, plus is the plasma glucose concentration in 2 hours, and this one the pressed is diastolic blood pressure, and the skin is dissect skin flow thickness, and the test is about 2 hours serum insulin, and mass is more body mass index measure as the weight in kilogram, and PD is diabetes pedigree function, and the age in year, and the class 001 is like negative or positive results. So they have like 768 rows and 9 columns here. Also we put that. Okay, and then we're gonna visualize by using Python to do the data visualization by using histogram. This one in each variable over here they have 9 variables. So and then the density. Yep, this is our density plot, and this is our the bar plot that tell us like some kind of like outliner here. This one. And the last one, we use the scatter metric plot because we would like to see the relationship between each variable. So the correlation is very weak. As we can see it, I can see just only here the skin and the mass, and skin and the mass already, and this one is gonna be like the mass and the skin here. Yeah, just I can see just only 2 of them, and the other is the like zero or negative correlation. Yep. All right. Thank you so much everyone for watching my presentation. Thank you so much.